Hello, this is Jess, chat session number 30, November 30th, Thursday, 2017. We're going to go back to tidbits of history to 1886, and we're off. Once a hall for operettas, pantomime, political meeting, and vaudeville, the Folies Bergère in Paris introduces an elaborate revue featuring women in sensational costumes. The highly popular Place aux Jeux established the Folies as the premier night spot in Paris. In the 1890s, the Folies followed the Parisian taste for striptease and quickly gained a reputation for spectacular nude shows. The theater spared no expense, staging revues that featured as many as 40 sets, 1,000 costumes, and an offstage crew of some 200 people. Sounds like a pretty wild time. That's the tidbit of history in 1886. Now we're going to go to 1965. A 32-year-old lawyer, Ralph Nader, publishes the muck-breaking book Unsafe at Any Speed: The Design and Dangers of the American Automobile. The book became a bestseller right away. It also prompted the passage of the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act of 1966. They also established seatbelt laws in 49 states, excluding New Hampshire, and a number of other road safety initiatives. This was the book that made Ralph Nader famous and lent credibility to his work as a consumer advocate. And Ralph Nader went on to be involved in politics and different things, 2000 presidential election, etc. But this book is what got him his notoriety and his credibility as a consumer advocate. Alright, that takes care of our little tidbits of history. Go right into other stuff for the day. Be going to work in a couple hours, and get to come home and rest a little while and get cleaned up, and then head to the hospital for my surgical procedure, and that'll be tomorrow most of the day, so gonna leave it at that on that, and I hope everything goes well. But other than that, this is probably a shortened down version of the chat sessions that I'm used to having. It is number 30, and made it 30 days, so cheers to 30 days without missing a day. And so, that being said, I'd like to again address the budget that's been put forth by our government, and really want to refocus on this defense spending that we have. It's way over 50% of our budget, and I'm just having a hard time swallowing it. It would seem that our involvement and underground ties in other countries around the world has somehow become an acceptable norm, and and therefore all this spending on defense and different things. But again, I go back to the cliche that well, I don't know if it's a cliche, but who's benefiting from all this defense spending? I mean, it's surely not the average American person. It's a select few that get contracts from the government and then profit tremendously and then make weapons that are intended to subdue and kill and hurt other people around the world. And then our president takes action and sets up sales with countries, and again, immense amount of money's traded hands. But what happens to the money on those arms sales, and who's beneficiary of that? It's surely not our budget, as the spending just continues to increase. But there's sure a whole lot of intense study that could go on in this arena. But I would like to ponder, the real reason behind a huge defense portion of our budget, arms sales to other countries that end up being used possibly against our own people in areas around the world. And it just hadn't made any sense to me for the longest time about where does that money go that is made from all these arms sales that President Trump is initiating, worldwide. I know the contractors benefit, and that's a very small margin of people in our country. And yeah, they might hire people, pay them well to build and construct these weapons, but that's where it ends, and then all this other money falls in when they make the sales to other countries. And why isn't that factored into our budget? If they're spending all this money to make the weapons and then gaining a lot of money to sell them, why do we spend so much? Why can't that money be refiltered back into the system? Just some simple questions. I'm sure there's nothing going to be solved over me sitting here talking about it, but I do believe that awareness is part of the key in correcting this problem that I see with our trillions of dollars in deficit, and our government monetary policies unbalanced, and yet we continue to, in some stories, estimated that we spend 10 times more on defense than the next top 10 countries in the world on spending. And that's utterly ridiculous, in my opinion. But alright, we're going to end this now. Got issues to take care of, things to do. So let's go right into it. Our closing. Be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? Football starts tonight. Again, I've mentioned already, the Cowboys and the Redskins play tonight. Both teams 5 and 6. One of them will be probably eliminated from any chance of the playoffs, whoever wins or loses this game. So, good luck, Cowboys. I think you can beat the Redskins if you get it together. And Big game this weekend with my team, Seattle, against the Rams. Again, another possible elimination if the Seahawks decide to not come out and play ball. Well, they may be eliminated from the playoffs with a 9-4 record, I believe is what they have. Tough league to be in, but I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win it. All right, have a nice Thursday afternoon. Go Seattle.